Hello, you are welcome to our virtual classroom. This session, you will be studying EDF 321, Vocational Development in Guidance and Counseling, and I will be your course facilitator for the course. My name is Dr. Obiageli Modelo. I hope you will enjoy this course. This course is for Year 3 students in guidance and counseling. So today, we will actually be looking at the study session 1, which entails looking at the different concepts that will come across in this course, so that as the course unfolds, anytime you see any of these concepts, you will understand the meaning and understand how it is used in the course. So, after this lesson today, you should be able to define these following concepts: vocation, job, work, occupation, profession, career, and career path, and explain career development. You should be able to also define career guidance and career counseling. So, what is vocation? Vocation is a calling in life. It can be regarded as a call to do something in different areas of life. Human beings engage in different vocations for different reasons. We have vocations that are paid for and vocations that are not paid for. Take, for instance, if teaching is your vocation and you become a teacher and you work in a school, you will be paid for working in a school. But marriage is also a vocation. But when you marry, nobody pays you for being a married man or a married woman. There is a vocation through which you help God in bringing forth offsprings into the world, taking care of them, and making sure they become better human beings on earth. So you've seen the difference between vocations that are paid for and vocations that are not paid for. Then we have job. You always say, well, I have a job. I've gotten a job. What is a job? In this context, in this course, we will see job as a piece of work an individual does to earn a living. So when somebody tells you I'm looking for a job, you know that the person is actually looking for something to be doing, to earn money, to be able to fend for himself and his family. There are 3 types of jobs. We have trade, we have profession, we have unskilled job. Trade is a kind of job that you don't need to be trained in theory and practice for you to engage in it. Take, for instance, an apprentice goes to learn under a master to become a mechanic or to become a plumber or to become a painter. These are trades. So through apprenticeship, you acquire trade. And then after they do freedom for the individual, he can set up his own trade. Can set up his own mechanic workshop or his own barbering shop or his own salon or his own painting business. That is trade. Then we have profession. Profession are types of job that an individual needs to go to. An individual needs to go for training in a school, in a formal school setting. And he will be trained both in theory and practice. After the training, he will do graduation and get a certificate. That is only when he can practice that profession. Take, for instance, a medical doctor. If an individual wants to become a medical doctor, he will first get admission through JAM, go to the university, study for 6 years, come out, do his housemanship, do his rotations, do his residency. While he's in school, what he's doing is the theoretical. During his internship, rotation, clinicals, and housemanship, what he is doing is the practical. After this, he will now do induction as a medical doctor. Take, for instance, again, a teacher. A teacher goes to school, learns in the school environment for 4 years. Within the period, he will go out to different schools. He or she will go out to different schools to go and do what we call teaching practice. Is after he has completed these two successfully, he or she will now be called a teacher. Then he'll be given certificate and now go and look for a job as a teacher in schools. Then as a counselor, during your training as a counselor, there will also be theoretical and practical training. The theoretical training is what we are doing, through these courses. Then you will still go out for your internship, which we refer to as practicum in counseling. So when you go out for your practicum, you will, learn more from people who are already in the field. Then we have unskilled job. Unskilled job, you don't need to go to any apprenticeship. You don't need to go to any university or any college of education or polytechnic. Take, for instance, a cleaner. A cleaner doesn't require any certificate. He or she must have learned how to sweep and clean as a child. So he can be employed anywhere to clean as a cleaner. Then, apart from job, we have work. Work can be defined as an activity that an individual engages in, which requires both mental and physical energy. Work exerts your energy, and that's what makes it work. You must, use up your energy while working. Take, for instance, if you're cleaning, if you're sweeping, if you're writing, all these things are work, because you must use both your mental and your physical energy to accomplish work. Then we have occupation. Occupation in this course for us, we say that it is something that you engage in to keep you busy. A work or a job that keeps one busy is referred to as an occupation. So somebody will ask you, what is your occupation? For example, a student, what keeps you busy is studying your books. So your occupation as a student, a young student, is studentship, because that is what keeps him busy. As a teacher, your occupation is teaching, because that is what keeps you busy. As a lawyer, your occupation is legal practice, because that's what keeps you busy, and so on and so forth. Then let's look at career. A career is a sequence of occupation which an individual engages in for a significant part of his or her life. It is an undertaking in which an individual progresses from one stage to the other until he gets to the peak. Let's give an example with a teacher. A teacher can start off from a primary school. From primary school, he can move up to secondary school. From secondary school, if he has both what it takes to get to the higher institution, he becomes a lecturer at the higher institution. He can, end up becoming a professor later. But you can also look at, lecturing as a career. A lecturer will start as a graduate assistant. From graduate assistant, he becomes an L2L, an assistant lecturer. From assistant lecturer, he becomes L2. From lecturer 2, he goes to L1, which is lecturer 1. From lecturer 1, he goes to SL, which is senior lecturer. From senior lecturer, the person becomes an associate professor. From associate professor, the person becomes a professor. And that is the peak. So this is the sequence of a career. Then we look at career development. Career development is a lifelong process. It involves all the activities an individual embarks on and keeps making adjustments until he gets to the peak of his career. So career development can be seen as a lifelong process. It's a continuous process in life. It's not a one-time thing. It includes both what an individual does before he even enters into the occupation or job and what the person does after. And that's why we can look at going to school as pre-career activity. Schooling itself is pre-career. Getting the job, growing in it, and getting to the apex of it is also within career development, attending many courses and symposiums and conferences and seminars to improve and develop yourself. And then retirement also is part of career development because one has to plan what he or she wants to do during his retirement. And then after that, when the person retires, what he engages in to keep himself busy until final retirement, which is death, is part of career development. That is why we say that it's a continuous process in life. Let's look at vocational guidance. Vocational guidance is an aspect of guidance and counseling through which counselors provide the students or learners with useful, usable information that will help them to make the right career decisions. If you look at the picture or the image we have here, we have a student. He's confused because he's faced with career A, career B, career C, and he doesn't know the one to pick. So a guidance counselor will begin to help him to make decisions by providing him the information he needs to discover himself, to be able to know the career to pick, and be able to know how he will go about it and how to get there. It's very important. So that is what career guidance is all about. Providing useful and usable information that will help people to pick career that suits them for who they are and suits their personality. Vocational or career counseling is a person-to-person or one-to-one relationship between a trained counselor and a client who requires information to make the rightful informed decision about his career. So during career counseling, a counselor helps a client to choose from variety of options available and open to him. That is career counseling. So in this study session 1, we've been able to talk about what vocation is. We say it's a call in life. We looked at job and the 3 types of it. We also looked at occupation. We looked at career as a sequence of occupation, which we engage in all through our life. We looked at career development as a lifelong process, and we tried to define vocational guidance and counseling as processes that help individuals to make informed and rightful decisions about their career. So I know that with this, you should be able to define all these concepts. And until I come your way next time, thank you and God bless you.